This is a scene of pure happiness. Woohoo! One more!
In this video, I'm on a research trip to Sumba to experience the hotels firsthand, explore the island's most beautiful locations, and learn all about the fascinating local culture. And when I get back to the office, armed with my newfound knowledge and enthusiasm for Sumba, I will update all the client-facing documentation, including writing up on new touring options tailored to each hotel. I'll then deliver a presentation to colleagues to share everything I've learned to help everyone feel confident in selling this very new and exciting destination. I've wanted to visit Sumba ever since first hearing about it around 10 years ago when I started working for Audley Travel building tailor-made trips to Indonesia. The flight is just an hour from Bali on a small propeller plane. These flights are usually pretty hot and a bit of a squeeze, made even more so by my neighbour having a 6-foot cuddly bear on her lap. I felt pretty claustrophobic, but that feeling wouldn't last long as the population of Sumba is tiny. Bali, for example, has 5 times the number of residents. Yet Sumba is 2.5 times bigger. As a company, we aim to have a research trip once a year to our specialist countries, which is certainly a perk of the job. The purpose of this particular trip is to explore Sumba's natural beauty, learn all about the local culture and the history, and inspect the island's beautiful hotels. Indonesia is blessed with such variety, but resorts located on a quiet, white sandy beach are few and far between, unlike some other countries in Southeast Asia. So is Sumba a worthy addition to a trip to Indonesia? And just how does it compare to Bali and the rest of the country? In this video, I will finally find out. Sumba has many similarities with other lush, rural regions of Southeast Asia, but the culture here is unique. And because it is visited by such few tourists, it really has a completely different feel to anywhere else I've visited in Indonesia. I wanted to make sure the day trips that we offer are relevant to the hotel's locations. As Sumba is such a huge island, clients rarely appreciate a 4-hour plus journey, however spectacular or interesting the attraction. So before I dive into the hotel section of the video, I'll start by sharing my experiences on Sumba. To get here, I travelled inland with my guide from the dry, flat east coast over the mountainous interior via numerous little settlements. Along the way, my guide's son would describe what we were seeing, and after learning about my love of cakes and coffee, he made sure we sampled some of the local produce. This is a sort of sweet coconut pandan cake, and they're found all over Southeast Asia, and definitely one of my favourites.
Oh, delicious. Bagus. Terima kasih. Sometimes the kids are scared of the tourists because there's an old story where they get kidnapped and turned into batteries.
The blood of the kids.
Oh, that's so cute. So now we just come into a little coffee cafe place. Aroma Kopi Sumba. Aroma. And they do Robusta coffee here, which is supposed to be the best coffee in Sumba, and Sumba coffee is supposed to be the best coffee in Indonesia. Let's take a look. I got the feeling very few, if any, tourists had ever stopped here before, and we were welcomed in by the owner to have a look around. The smell in this place was absolutely phenomenal. This is the wine flavour. It's not with wine, but it's just the way it tastes. It's a bit fruity, very smooth, not bitter at all actually. Oh, it's absolutely heavenly.
After buying a few bags of coffee, we then continued on to Waikachura.
Now we're at the Waikachura waterfall in the Rice Terraces area. There's a couple of buffalo having a little bath, cooling off. Incredible. Quite scary actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Put it in the washing machine. Wow. And this guy just picks them out. There you go, job done.
I could have stayed at this first man-made waterfall all day. It was a lot of fun, but we carried on our walk through the rice terraces to find the hidden waterfall.
We have bigger than this.
Bigger than this?
Yes.
This is the biggest bamboo I've ever seen.
Oh, we have bigger.
So someone was saying that they grow rice, they can harvest the rice 3 times a year because they've got so much water from the mountain. They can always have enough water in the rice terraces. So unlike some other areas, they have to wait for the wet season. One, 2, 3. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Nice. Just went for a refreshing swim. Now, gonna quickly get the drone up, have a look around.
But as soon as I got the drone up, it started to rain. The only rain we actually experienced in all of Sumba. So I quickly flew back down and we headed back to the car. What an amazing place. Those rice terraces and waterfalls are around 1 to 2 hours drive from each of the hotels we offer, but for clients staying at the more remote east coast Cap Karoso, the best sightseeing spots I found were to head to Ratangaro village, Waikiri Lagoon and Mandarak beach. There are a few other incredible beaches clients can visit near here too, but I focused on these 3 spots to design a really interesting cultural and scenic combo trip with minimal travelling time. Certainly convenient for shorter stays on the island. Ratangaro is just 30 minutes to the south of Cap Karoso and is arguably the most famous, well-preserved, active traditional village in Sumba. This was the first village I visited, and I had previously heard that it was a little bit more manicured, for want of a better word, due to its popularity with tourists. But because of its proximity to the incredible Cap Karoso, and as you can see, its stunning location, I wanted to see it for myself and to see if it was still worth including on our Sumba itineraries or whether it was some kind of tourist trap. In the next clip, my amazing guide Son shows me around the village.
Selamat pagi. So which is this village?
So this village name is Ratangaro.
Ratangaro.
Ratangaro, yeah. Rate means tombs, and Garo is the name of the tribes here. And we are living, Sumba, we are living in groups, living together, and the tombs must be in front of the house. This is a holy area for rituals, for sacrification. When we do funerals or wedding, or we celebrate something, we kill the buffalo, the pigs in the middle here, in the middles. Wow. Better like people from not from the tribes don't go inside.
Yeah.
If you are part of the tribes, no problem. Yeah.
So why do they have these really tall hat-like roofs?
Yeah. Talk about the structure of the Sumba house.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we say house is human. So we have legs, we have vital area like stomach, heart, lung, and we have brain, the head. First floor down there is for animals, but at the second floor where we are living, where you live, where you cook, where you sleep, and then we have a third floor, include the high tower. This is about the brain, the status. So in Sumba, when you have a house, the highest one here, like here, this is the highest. This is the highest. This is the boss. He is the leader of this village. the most clever guy.
Yeah.
When you make this house, when you are, I'm more clever than my father.
Yeah.
I want to make it higher. No, you must.
So it's really respectful.
Respectful.
Yeah.
You must lower than your father.
Son then explains why I was here, and we have a really interesting chat about life in the village.
Kami juga yang di Sumba.
Explaining what job I do. So I sell holidays to Indonesia.
Yeah.
And bringing more English people here to Sumba, beautiful island of Sumba.
Yeah.
I can't recommend touring with a private local guide like Son highly enough. Understanding where you're visiting not only helps you engage with the locals rather than merely looking in, but it honestly makes village visits like this a lot more interesting and a lot more fun, which ultimately is what you want on a holiday. These guys are learning about, they've come from Yogyakarta and learning about Marapu, the most ancient culture and religion here in Sumba.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey. Uma Magamunde.
Magamunde. Yes. Yes.
Is your house?
Uma mana? Uma kapan ni?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're invited in and Son shows me around. I learn where they have their rituals, where they sleep and where they cook.
Tos dulu, tos.
Yes. Tos.
It was such an interesting insight into life here. Ratangaro, although absolutely fascinating, felt a little bit more like a living museum. I definitely will recommend we include it on our tours, but I think it's also really important to visit a village very much still untouched by tourism and seemingly the outside world. This village is called Tosi and is home to the strongest tribe in Kodi, this western region of Sumba. This girl's washing her clothes. They get water straight from here, natural spring. Lots of dogs and goats and kids and chickens. All of the grey rock you can see is actually ancient coral and is as sharp as it is strong.
Becoming powder.
Yeah. I met some of the locals, learned all about how they make an income here through again textiles and farming, and picked up some of the language.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Make a call to the driver.
Life genuinely did seem very tough here. I learned all about how expensive marriage and funerals are, often involving the purchase of dozens of livestock for sacrifice, leaving many Sumbis with a huge debt. There is so much to this island that meets the eye, and only by being here with an open mind and with a guide can you even begin to understand this culture. After, to be honest, quite a hard-hitting morning, we then travelled to the nearby scenic hotspot, Waikiri Lagoon. Often deserted during the week, I was here on a Sunday, and with school out, it was playtime. Hello.
I will be stopped.
Woo! Whoa! That's a little kid.
This we call ikat.
Oh, this is the ikat, yeah. I like this design.
Takes months and even years.
Is this the real ones?
To make, yes.
Ah, nice. So it's Sunday, so everybody's off school,
Yes.
everybody's down here.
Yes.
The busiest place in all of Sumba. It's crazy. Oh wow. What, it's like a free swimming pool
Yeah.
for the kids. Again, there's no other tourists here. So in the Monday to Friday, this is really quiet.
It's Monday to Friday. Maybe only you and several guests.
Wow. The colour of that water is amazing. Absolutely bonkers. Hello. Hello. What a day. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Do you say cheers in
Cheers.
Indonesia? In
Yeah.
Sumba?
Possible also, yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Normally, people when they have alcohol times.
Oh, we cheers
Or
for everything.
Tos.
Tos. So this is called a dunga.
Yeah,
This-
that's
this
we
man's
called as
guitar.
a dunga. It's one of the instrument of Sumba music.
It's handcrafted.
We have this is how to say, like the simple instrument
Yeah.
to play the gong.
Oh, yeah.
Gong is the big instrument
Yeah.
for funeral, someone die.
Yeah.
We play this, but you cannot play that every day.
Yeah.
Because when you play the big one, you need sacrifice.
Oh,
You need
right.
to kill something.
Yeah.
Because if you play that without killing something, means the spirit of the gong will angry to the to the owner. Like this one, no need for sacrifice. You can do it for every
You can
day,
play for
every
fun,
time
every
you
time.
like it. You can play it. Matt is taking picture with the locals. The local asking for pictures and this.
We then took a pretty sketchy walk around the lagoon, crossing broken bridges and scrambling over the coral cliffs before heading to our next location, Mandarak Beach, in time for sunset.
Bye.
Before COVID, the main luxury hotel on the island was Nihi, recently more known as Nihi, which regularly gets voted as one of the best hotels on the planet. And on this trip, I will also be staying at a few of the newer properties on the island, including the ultra cool Cap Karoso with its modern take on Indonesian design, and the villa-only resort Sanubari, located on one of Sumba's most consistent surf breaks. But we'll start with arguably the most important hotel on the island, Maringi. Located just 20 minutes from the airport, Maringi offers travellers a lower cost option on Sumba and is run by the Sumba Hospitality Foundation. This is a hotel school which gives hope to young Sumbese adults. It helps them learn their trade here in Sumba rather than having to move to places like Bali, which for most is financially just not possible. They aim to give a 5-star service here, and once graduated, they're ready to eventually move into a career in luxury hotels. Since the opening in 2016, over 400 have graduated and many have secured jobs on Sumba. The school includes full board accommodation, medical care, 2 weeks training at Nihi, internships and all travel and living costs. The aim too is to teach sustainable initiatives and to create environmental awareness.
They've got their own solar farm here as well.
This place was doing wonders for the island in so many ways. An example of which is here at Nihi, where we bumped into the first graduate of the school behind the bar. He also happened to be a childhood friend of my guide, further highlighting how close-knit the Sumbese are.
So I'm finally at Nihi Sumba, best hotel in the world by many magazines and review sites. Oh, look at this sand.
It's different, the sand is so totally different.
Nihi is a sprawling super luxury resort on Sumba with a price to match any of the most exclusive hotels on the planet. It wins many awards for being the best hotel on earth for good reason. This place is incredible, from its pool villas to its experiences and to its location and staff. If you can afford it, it's probably not going to disappoint. Cap Karoso is the closest luxury resort to the airport and should take between 45 minutes and 1 hour. And on my journey from the airport, I didn't see a single other vehicle for the entire trip.
Here we are, Cap Karoso.
Welcome to Karoso.
Its location is on a beautiful white sandy beach, lapped by crystal clear turquoise lagoon waters with nothing for miles either side. This lagoon is created by a reef and protects the resort from the waves, making it usually very calm here, but surfing is certainly possible, either by paddling out or taking the smaller beach break waves. They also offer surf trips, taking you out by boat with an instructor. It's about as peaceful and idyllic as it gets. I absolutely fell in love with this place after thankfully having 2 nights to really understand it. I loved the people here especially, and the food was exceptional. And I particularly enjoyed the whole atmosphere. It even now has a kids club, but it's a kind of resort for families that don't like family-friendly resorts. Its pool villas offer the perfect family or group setup, and the smaller studios and beach suites are perfect for couples. It's a special place and one I hope to return to one day with my own family. Lastly, Sanubari. My final night in Indonesia was spent here, and again it offers something completely different to the other two luxury hotels. A villa-only property, it has several garden villas and then a steadily growing number of beach pool villas. The focus here seems to be on maintaining a feeling of complete peace and tranquility. At night, the entire resort becomes a dark zone with only low downlighting along the paths. You'll certainly need a torch. The waves here crashed around the clock onto the beach. This was the only soundtrack of the resort, and it was pure bliss. I really liked it here at Sanubari, and will keep a keen eye on the development of the new villas over the coming years. Cap Karoso and Nihi, on the other hand, are complete and have no plans to extend. It was time to leave Indonesia. What an experience Sumba has been. It is certainly a worthy addition to any Indonesia itinerary, and I see a big future for the island's resorts as well as its people. It's a sort of island that I believe makes for the perfect holiday, as you can escape the crowds, for now at least, experience wonderful local cultures, enjoy some incredibly beautiful and varied landscapes, and if you're lucky enough to stay in one of these hotels, you're in for a real treat. It is also an amazing island to backpack around, especially as it's so easy to get to from Bali. But bear in mind, you will need a motorbike or a car the entire time. You'll need a sense of adventure too, but you will be certainly glad you came. I loved my time on Sumba and would love to hear in the comments if you've already been or if you plan to go in the future. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.